Okay, I'm here to introduce a very special guest, but before that I just want to give a big shout out to South Yorkshire Police, and in particular Pete Roach and Amanda Dicken, who have looked after this campaign on successive public events. Big shout out to those people, they've been wonderful. Thank you guys. Right, before I introduce the special guest, I just want to, in support of Calvin and Alison and a person unknown that may yet turn out to be persons unknown, this was a statement Emmeline Pankhurst made in court. It has some relevance here and resonates today as much as it did at the time. I break the law from no selfish motive. I have no personal end to serve. Neither have any of the other women who have gone through this court during the past few weeks like sheep to the slaughter. Not one of these women would, if women were free, be lawbreakers. They are women who seriously believe that this hard path that they are treading is the only path to enfranchisement. There is only one way to put a stop to this agitation. It is not by deporting us, it is not by locking us up in jail. It is by doing us justice. And so I appeal to you, gentlemen, in this case of mine, to give a verdict, not only on my case, but upon the whole of this agitation. I ask you to find me not guilty of malicious incitement to breach the law. Power to the peaceful! Okay. It's special guest time. Those regular followers of the Stag page on Facebook will be familiar with this guy. He's an extremely funny satirist. I regularly have to pause for breath and collapse slapping my thighs and all the rest of it. He's only just made it here today. He got held up in a huge traffic jam in Holmford outside Nora Batty's house, but thankfully he did make it. Give a big warm Sheffield welcome from the RochdaleHerald, Sebastian Weasel. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Thanks to Dave. It's a real personal privilege and an honour for him to have introduced me. Thanks to everyone for putting on this event. It seems we've upset Brian, but never mind. I am Sebastian Weasel from the RochdaleHerald. I've written a lot of articles about the Sheffield trees in a satirical way. And as the farrago continued, it became more and more like shooting fish in a barrel. I'm not going to read the articles because I thought an event like this deserved something better. I will go to a pub and read them out if anyone's interested, but come and see me afterwards if you'd like to do that. So I'm actually going to go along with the poetry theme that's been established here. I've been writing poetry since last Thursday, so I'm really, really good at it now. There's a nice undemanding one to start with to ease you into the more complex stuff that's coming. This is called Celebritrees. Jarvis loves a noble chestnut. Jess Ennis favours oak. Michael Palin's fond of plane trees. Sean Bean's a beech tree bloke. Alex Turner's favours maple. Blunkett likes an ash. Richard Hall is keen on holly. Amy just loved cash. Don't clap, there's no time. Move on. I'm going to move on to my latest work, which is a complete new genre in poetry. It's called the bonsai haiku. It combines two Japanese disciplines, the one of haiku, which is a 17-syllable poem, and bonsai, which is making really tiny trees. So what I've done is made haiku really tiny. The first one is a 2/17 scale bonsai haiku, and the title is A bonsai haiku which makes a direct appeal to Sheffield City Council to leave the trees alone, while on another level celebrating the pleasing effect of looking at a mature tree. Trees, please. Thank you. That's the most physically demanding scale of bonsai haiku. This one's a little easier. It's a 3/17 scale bonsai haiku entitled A Bonsai Haiku That Directly Addresses a Tree and Beseeches It to Bestow Its Healing and Restorative Holistic Powers on Broken and Damaged Humanity. It requires interpretive gestures from myself, so I'll just put it down there. Tree. Catch that, I'm buggered without it. Sorry, I'll start again. Tree, mend us. That could have been nasty. Leaving bonsai haiku, this poem's entitled What Are the Chances of That? And it goes, good gracious, crikey, Lord above, seems I agree with Michael Gove. Actually, that one works better on the page. This one is called How Long Will We Protect the Vernon Oak? Burn on, and on, and on, and on. This one's entitled Thanks to Joyce Kilmer, and the title allows me to rip the first two lines off her. It goes, I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree, but Amy, if they had their way, would hack it down by next Friday. Oh, hang on, now rewind a few poems here. What are the chances of that? Good gracious, crikey, well by Jove, seems I agree with Michael Gove. No, I preferred the first version as well, yeah. I was planning to do a pastiche of a well-known novelty song, rewrite the words to suit the current situation, and I had a couple in mind. There was Ernie by Benny Hill, which I was going to rewrite as Amy, the fastest chainsaw in the West. And there's a line in it I was going to rewrite that goes, do you want it pasteurised, because pasteurised is best? She said, Ernie, I'll be happy if it comes up to my chest. And I was going to rewrite that as a fly on the wall at a meeting between the ITP and the council, which goes, do you want FlexiPave, because FlexiPave is best? They said, no, it's too expensive, chop it down like all the rest. The other option was Whispering Grass by Windsor Davies and Don Estelle, though, according to the Sheffield Star comments page, we're all geriatric tree huggers, so we probably all remember the 1940 Ink Spots original. The line, whispering grass don't tell the trees, because the trees don't need to know, obviously rewrites as Councillor Lodge, don't fell the trees, because the trees don't need to go. And as it's rewritten as a tribute to Brian Lodge, obviously whispering grass becomes bumbling ass. I did realise that option would involve me singing, which is in no one's best interest, so I abandoned that. The next take is the next poem's a take on the children's nursery rhyme, Marjorie Daw, and it goes, chainsaw, Councillor Daw. That's it. I wasn't going to get any better than that. So. This one is about the conflict between the pride in being from Sheffield and the wholesale bureaucratic smokescreen that's being employed by the council to justify felling, and it's called Roots. It goes, always stay true to your roots, but always ensure your roots never protrude more than 30 centimetres into a carriageway. Thanks. We're getting towards the end. We'll leave flippancy aside a minute. This one's actually, this is a serious poem. It's a bit sad, but there's a hint of redemption at the end. It's based on something one of my agent Paul's mates said, and he said there are leaves on the pavements of Sheffield from trees that have been chopped down. And the poem's called No Longer There. Kids laugh and kick them in the air, leaves from trees no longer there. A common heritage we share, leaves from trees no longer there. A Sheffield green, our Sheffield fair, leaves from trees no longer there. St Ronan's Road, Fitzallen Square, leaves from trees no longer there. The council lie, the council scare, leaves from trees no longer there. Felling crews are everywhere, leaves from trees no longer there. A sight no one should have to bear, leaves from trees no longer there. I'll raise a drink to you who care about the trees that yet are there. Thanks, I can't leave you on a downer. This poem's influenced by John Higley. John and I have got a lot in common in that we both wear glasses. It does make a demand on the audience. You have to, basically it's an audience participation piece. The title is called the poem's called The More Mature the Better. So what you need to do is when I point at you, you need to say the title back to me, okay? The more mature, the better. Shall we have a rehearsal?
Yeah.
Okay.
The more mature, the better.
Yeah, that works. So here we go. I like my trees, like I like my cheese.
The more mature, the better.
Thank you very much. Power to the police.